Title: 6 Provocations and a Final Blow. Willow's words destroy Sasha's future. General Hospital spoilers. In the city where secrets are currency and every conversation can flip the world upside down, Port Charles is once again at the heart of a devastating emotional war. This time, two women who've stood side by side in heartbreak and healing, Willow Tate Corinthos and Sasha Gilmore, find themselves on opposite sides of an irreversible line. What began as a tense exchange ends in ruin, as Willow's 6 shocking provocations ignite a wildfire that ultimately robs Sasha of her final chance to be a mother. This week on General Hospital, prepare for pain, betrayal, and the kind of deep character conflict that only daytime drama can deliver. For months, Sasha has stood as a beacon of strength after the loss of her son Liam, her battles with mental health, and the end of her marriage to Brando. Viewers have rooted for her to reclaim joy, especially as she finally began exploring surrogacy and adoption. A new chapter was opening, one where motherhood was still a real, tangible dream. Meanwhile, Willow, fresh from her own medical crisis and tethered tightly to the Corinthos family, has been trying to re-establish control in her life. Her relationship with Nina is still strained, her marriage to Michael is fragile, and her connection to Wiley feels more complicated than ever. And Sasha? Sasha was finally smiling again, until Willow opened here. It begins in the Metro Court Gardens, a serene backdrop for an explosive confrontation. Sasha had just received good news. Her first application to adopt a child through a private agency was moving forward. She was glowing until Willow walked in. "I hope this isn't about playing house again," Willow mutters coldly. Sasha blinks. "Excuse me? I'm just saying," Willow says, her voice razor-sharp. "You're not stable enough to raise a child, Sasha. You have no business trying." The words hit like a slap. Sasha's hands tremble slightly, but she stands her ground. "You don't get to decide that." Willow crosses her arms. "Maybe not. But I know what a child needs. And it's not a woman who had to be committed last year." Sasha turns away before the tears spill, but the damage is already done. The second provocation comes only a day later, in a public setting that leaves onlookers stunned. Sasha is at Kelly's, reviewing baby books with Maxie when Willow storms in. Without so much as a hello, Willow approaches Sasha and says loud enough for half the cafe to hear, "Do you think adopting a baby erases what happened with Liam?" Maxie gasps. "Willow." Sasha stands, her face paling. "What is your problem?" "My problem," Willow says, eyes blazing, "is that you're treating motherhood like a second chance at a do-over. Liam isn't replaceable, Sasha. You're acting like he was disposable." Sasha's knees buckle, but she doesn't fall. Her voice cracks. "He was my son." "Then start acting like it," Willow snaps. The entire cafe falls silent. Maxie rushes to Sasha's side, but it's Willow's fire that continues to burn long after she's gone. At this point, fans are screaming at their screens, "What happened to the empathetic Willow?" But this isn't the schoolteacher turned nurse who whispered sweet lullabies to Wiley. This Willow has been hardened, twisted by grief, betrayal, and pressure from the Corinthos name. Provocation 3 happens in the GH break room, where Sasha has gone to discuss a collaboration with Deception's new PR campaign. Willow, overhearing, immediately interrupts. "I see the pity tour's going strong," she sneers. Sasha stares. "What? You've been on every talk show, every magazine spread, telling your story, winning hearts. You're not healing, Sasha. You're manipulating sympathy, so agencies hand you a baby." The room freezes. Sasha stands up, stunned. "You don't believe that." "I think you're a professional victim," Willow says. "And it's exhausting." This time, Sasha doesn't just walk away. She runs. This one cuts so deep that the fandom might never forgive Willow. It's Nina's penthouse, of all places. Nina invited both women to a brunch in a hopeful attempt at reconciliation. That hope dies quickly. Things are civil, barely, until Sasha mentions she's started decorating a nursery in her home. Willow, sipping her mimosa, lets the venom slip like it's second nature. "You're not a mother," she says casually. "You're just a woman who gave birth." Sasha gasps audibly, the color draining from her face. Nina drops her glass. Willow, what the hell? But Willow's on a roll. Liam didn't live, Sasha.
I'm sorry.
That doesn't make you a mother. The silence is suffocating. Sasha quietly gathers her things and leaves. The camera lingers on Nina's horrified face as she realizes Willow is no longer the gentle soul she raised. The fifth provocation reveals a long-buried jealousy that rewrites history. Sasha is at the Quartermain estate, attending a fundraising meeting with Brooklyn and Ned. Michael walks in, all smiles, until Sasha approaches him. "Can we talk?" she asks softly. "I just want to clear the air about Willow." Michael nods. Always the peacemaker. But Willow sees them, and she storms in, dragging Michael aside. "You're really falling for this again?" she hisses. "She's playing you." Michael sighs. "Willow." "No, let's just say it," she snaps. "He would have chosen me over anyone, Sasha. Even you. Every single time." Sasha looks like she's been slapped. "I never asked him to choose." "Exactly," Willow says coldly. "Because you knew you'd lose." The final blow comes when Sasha receives devastating medical news. Her uterus has scarred beyond repair from a post-traumatic complication. Doctors had hoped it could be reversed, but the latest scans confirm it. Sasha will never carry a child again. The scene unfolds at GH, just moments after the heartbreaking revelation. Sasha sits on the bench outside the exam room, cradling her grief. Willow approaches, silent at first. Sasha looks up, hopeful. "Please don't. Not today." But Willow kneels beside her, eyes cold. "You'll never be a mother again," she whispers. "And that's your punishment." Sasha doesn't move. She can't even cry. It's as if Willow reached inside and turned off the last spark of her soul. "You didn't deserve Liam," Willow says. "And you don't deserve another chance." She walks away, heels clicking like gunfire in a war zone. Behind her, Sasha breaks. The backlash is immediate and brutal. Nina slaps her own daughter, calling her a monster in Michael's clothes. Michael, hearing of the provocations, kicks Willow out of the house, insisting she get help. Carly refuses to speak to her. Even Wiley starts asking why Mommy is so angry. Brooklyn, who had been neutral, calls Willow a disgrace. "You've always had this quiet darkness," she says. "But now it's loud." After days in seclusion, Sasha finally reemerges, only to faint at Deception's headquarters. Maxie rushes her to the hospital, and it's there that Monica Quartermain intervenes. "We're not giving up," she tells Sasha. "There are other ways to be a mother. And no one, not even Willow, gets to decide your worth." Maxie and Lucy launch a campaign called Mothers in Spirit, spotlighting women who've lost children but continue to live, nurture, and inspire. Sasha becomes the face of it, and the fans rally behind her. The storyline grips the nation, with hashtags like #JusticeForSasha and #CancelWillow trending everywhere. Ironically, Nina steps in to lift Sasha up, providing her with access to a top adoption agency in Germany. In a shocking twist, she even offers to carry Sasha's child as a surrogate, something that might mend their fractured bond and remind viewers that redemption is always possible in Port Charles. With Michael distancing himself, Carly turning her back, and even Wiley fearing her mood swings, Willow spirals. Her next moves hint at a deep mental health crisis, one that might be tied to long-buried trauma from her cult past, or perhaps an undiagnosed postpartum disorder. A twist coming next month reveals that Willow may have relapsed in her cancer battle, and her rage at Sasha was a projection of her own fears about mortality, infertility, and isolation. This storyline is the kind of emotional grenade General Hospital does best: complex, painful, and rooted in long-term character evolution. Willow, once a symbol of quiet resilience, has become a cautionary tale about unchecked bitterness. Sasha, on the other hand, rises from the ashes, stronger, wiser, and more beloved than ever. Whatever happens next, one thing is clear: Port Charles will never forget the day 6 sentences changed everything.